Hey everybody, it's Nicole here, and as promised, I'm back with another video just to hold you over until the next few months when I can get something out. Today's comedy for you / ends up turning into a rant video is on driving. Yeah. So I've never, backstory here, never really been the biggest yeah, I want to drive, I can't wait to get my license. I got my license right before I went to college, and obviously I haven't really been able to drive much. Now I drive a lot more. I commute to school now, and it's super fun when you get to drive into the city like 3 times a week. For those of you that do it every day, God love you. It's not really my cup of tea. I have a set route down, it's whatever, but driving things I've picked up on now that I am forced to drive more throughout my life, whether it be to work at school, to go to school, or just around town, etc. Things I've noticed in the morning commute. People can be really angry and grouchy, and hey, you're not the only one that woke up, If we're all on the road around 6:15, 6:20, we all probably got up around the same time. So when the drivers get really grouchy and beep their horns because you're not moving as fast or not tailgating the person in front of you, no, don't do that. That's mean. Don't cause accidents. And again, just because I'm one car in front of you doesn't mean you have to be like, no, you shouldn't be driving that way. You should be driving faster. You should be driving slower. Sorry. This is how it works when you drive. If you don't like it, then maybe you should have gotten up that extra minute earlier or whatever. I've noticed I really respect people in the mornings or in the commute home. I know it's tiring. I do it too. When people are trying to get onto the main road that you're on and you're like, nope, and you pass people by. I've done it too. I'm not lying. And then I sit there and I go, oh, that was bad karma. I should have let that poor person out. And I feel terrible because I know that when it's me in that position and I'm just like, please let me out, please let me out, and you're watching like 10 or 12 cars go by and you're like, ugh. I kind of see it as a bad karma, good karma thing. So in the morning, I love when people in front of me let one car out and then we each take turns. Like if you have a line of cars, the person in front of you lets a car out, drives. The person behind them lets that car out and drives. Then I let the car next. It's a great system, and I think it's also good for good karma. It's just, you feel better about yourself, and you're kind of like, yeah, and then when they give you that thank you wave, and you're like, awesome. What I don't like is when people who are getting accepted into your lane, you go, come on through. One car goes out, and then 2 or 3 just go, thanks, and speed. No, I didn't let you out, sir. I let the woman in front of you out, and now I'm going to go. I feel like people, especially with me, because I am not exactly the 100% most confident driver, I'm not always the fastest, to be honest. I'm usually one of the slower drivers. I apologize. People tend to see that as, oh, she's not moving fast enough. I'm going to slam my car out in front and get out. And then instead of me letting out one person, I am almost getting my front bumper smashed because the second person's like, I'm going to go too because she said it to me. I deliberately don't make eye contact with the second car in line. Besides a quick side-eye glance to make sure that I'm not about to get hit, I don't know. It was fine. We had a system. I always want to sit there and go, we had a system. The person behind me is going to let you out. You are not the car that is going to be in front of me. And people get super annoyed with that, which is really great. And I sit there and I'm like, seriously? Just because you shove your hand up and you don't make eye contact with me and you speed, that doesn't mean I said, go ahead. I never say go ahead. People are like, thank you. Well, I didn't know. I didn't do that for you. I did not. So that's one of my pet peeves. I love when people beep at you when you don't go right as the light turns green. I see people next to me all the time and the light is red and they see some other light flicker and they start moving their car. And half the time what I've noticed is they don't even know which lights go in which order because they start moving and the other light goes and cars zoom past them and they're like, oh. And I'm like, yeah. So when people are behind me and they're beeping and they're like, go, I'm like, do you see the color? It is red. Flicks to green, beep. Excuse me, I was just told that it was green like a half a second ago. Half second. So that gets so frustrating. I'm like, I know you want to go home or wherever. I would like to as well, and I apologize that my tiny car is preventing you and like it's really putting a dent in your whole day. I get the traffic stinks. I obviously don't commute in and out every single day, so I'm less tired and frustrated all the time. But still, be kind to your fellow person. You know, we're all trying to be safe drivers here. Other pet peeves. Ooh, when you have to merge and people won't let you merge in front of them and you have nowhere to go. I recently have been experiencing this where I have to merge into the next lane and I go and there's the car in front of me and they're about to merge and then the car behind them goes and then I'm like, alright, so this is my spot. Again, it's kind of like the letting people out onto the main road thing. I try to merge. I have cars next to me that speed. I had a truck next to me that kept putting his foot on the gas and like closing the gap and I'm like, sir, I don't have anywhere to go. We're still merging, but we were here. Like it was clearly one lane and I'm like almost in a breakdown spot where I can't move because the one car wouldn't let me go. This also happened a few weeks before that with a minivan and I'm just sitting there like, I'm so sorry. Like, that's the thing that kills me with people. One car. It's one car. And I know you see it as if you give, you know, someone a cookie, they'll ask for whatever, another one. But it's one car in the morning. Like, let's not make an accident because you can't let the little tiny car in front of you. You know? I'm sorry. Like, when I merge, I try to keep that in mind. So when I'm in the lane and someone needs to merge into my lane, you know, I see the cars on the right side, and what I try to do is go, okay, that car's lined up with this one, and I see the car that's technically lined up with my spot, and I leave the gap. And people behind me get pissed all the time, but I'm doing that so that people will merge with me and I don't cause an accident. So I'm so sorry to the person behind me. I know you're mad. And the person to the side of me that I'm waiting to merge, time after time, they're always like, I'm gonna get further. You never do. I have never seen you get further. If I've lined you up with my spot, that's because I know you're going to go into my spot. And they're always like, nope, I can just go that one car, like, further. And you're like, what's the big deal? Just, what's the big deal? I don't see the problem. So that's kind of frustrating. Other pet peeves. Rotaries. Some rotaries don't mind. Rotaries in the city, oh no. Like, those are so painful. There's one in particular where I have to go into a rotary. It's a 2-lane, and I always end up in the right lane, but then I have to like move closer to get to my turning off point. And then once I get to my turning off point, I then have to put on my blinker to let people know that I have to get all the way to the right, and I have to drive this whole long stretch of road before it opens up and I can move on to the right. And I'm always sitting there going, crap, because all these cars, when I get there, all these cars have to go to the left, and I have to go to the right. So you would think it's like a nice trade-off. No, because the cars, I always let the cars go in front of me that have to go to the left, but when I try to go, nope. No good karma there. No good karma. Nobody lets me in. People beep at me, and I'm like, clearly you see I have my blinker on, and I'm sorry, but every car, like, no car will let you through. Again, it's the whole, is it really that bad if it's one car? Like, you let one car in front of you. That is my huge pet peeve in general. Like, it's just one car. You're still going to get home probably around the same time. And I know sometimes, yeah, it's like the one car in front, and then later on it stinks because, you know, you think you've done good karma. And then all of a sudden one car, it's in front of you, and then it goes through a light, and magically the red light, you get it, and you're stuck, and you get to watch them go. And you're like, I let them out. That could have been me, and I could have gotten home that much faster. And I'm sorry. That's happened to me. I've been that car that's gotten to go through. I've also been that car, though, that lets someone else go through and watches them drive away, so I know how it feels. Again, at the end of the day with driving, it stinks, and it's frustrating, and you're tired, and everybody just wants to go home. But you really just have to take a deep breath and realize that everyone just wants to make it home safely, and that's my big thing. Everyone just wants to be safe. So that was my driving rant. I'm probably forgetting a ton of things I wanted to mention that kind of turned more into a PSA about being kind to your friendly driver. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for things you'd like me to comedy rant on, I would love to. Again, I might make another video. Who knows? I miss making videos. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments, support, subscribing. Everything means the world to me. Again, this was just a whole thing I started for fun, and you guys have been super awesome. So, have a good night. And yeah, be a good driver. Or be the best one you can be. Bye.